Okay, welcome back to the series of videos on process specification. This is the final video, yeah, of the topic, and it will focus on decision tree. Yeah, so at the end of the video, you will be able to know how to draw a decision tree. So first of all, what is a decision tree? Decision trees are used when complex branching occurs in a structured decisions. Okay, so what do we mean here by complex branching? Okay, one of the thing is that in order to for a decision to be made, yeah, in order for an action to be taken, yeah, you might need to follow certain flow of conditions. Okay, so the conditions, yeah, the flow of the conditions are considered complex, which yes, it can be written using structured English by using if else, by including the if else structure, but if we can represent it using a visual, yeah, using a diagram, it would be made easier to understand the logic of the decision. Okay, so we represent it using a tree, a decision tree. Yeah, trees are useful when it is essential to keep a string of decisions in a particular sequence. Okay, see, this is one important point of when you use decision tree. Yeah, you use decision tree when you have a complex branching. Yeah, and another important point is it is very important for you to keep the string of decision uh, to follow, yeah, the string of decision that follows a certain particular sequence. Okay, so if this is the situation, then present your process specification using decision tree rather than using structured English or decision table. Okay. So advantages, the order of checking condition and executing action is immediately noticeable because this is a diagram. You can easily understand, yes, diagrams. Okay. Conditions and actions of decision trees are found on some branches but not on others. Yeah. Compared to decision table, decision trees are more readily understood by others in organization. So I would say even the non-technical people, if you show them a decision tree, they will understand the logic of the process. Can be easily understood rather than if you give them a decision table, they might have to understand, yeah, because remember when we talk about decision table, we have the 4 quadrants. Each quadrant would represent something. So and not everyone can understand or to read, able to read a decision table. But I believe, yeah, most people, yeah, if not 100%, I would say 98, 99%, yeah, of readers would be able to understand when you the logic that happen on a decision tree. So how would a decision tree looks like? This is an example of a decision tree. We have nodes that to reflect action, and we have nodes, yeah, circle, yeah. So here, yeah, now the symbol that is round, that is a circle, on this diagram. The circle represent the node of conditions. So usually how many branches that come out from a node, from a circle? Usually 2, because you have condition either 1 or 2. You can have more than 2. Okay, so once again, it all depends on the complexity of the decisions. So identify. So whenever you want to draw a decision tree, the first thing is to identify all conditions, identify all actions, and look at their order. Yeah, which condition should be tested first. Yeah, which condition to be tested next. Okay? So you need to look to determine the order, because by identifying this, then you would be able to build the tree. So how do we draw a tree, a decision tree? This is a lying decision tree, not a standing decision tree. Yeah? So you start off with building the tree. So you move from left to right. So you start off with a node. Yeah, from the node, then you produce branches from it. Okay, so each branch would indicate the condition. Okay. If let's say in this example, there is after condition 1, a certain action would be taken. After that action being taken, then that it is followed by another 2 conditions to be chosen. Yeah. If condition 3 is chosen, then action stated in under action 2 at node 4 would be taken. Otherwise, yeah, condition 4 would be followed and end up with action 3, yeah, represent shown on node 4 would be taken. Yeah, so build the tree from left to right. Make sure you list all possible alternatives before moving to the right. Okay, so that's why it's very important to identify the needed condition, yeah, in order to build your decision tree. Okay, so let us look at one example here. So this is a policy for premium airlines accumulating miles for awards, as explained by Glenn Curtis. Who is Glenn Curtis in this example? Glenn Curtis is a marketing manager. So this is about rewarding, yeah, awards for customers. So it says here, yeah, the policy, yeah, says traveller who will be awarded the miles actually flown if the actual mile for the leg was less than 500. So this is one condition. If the leg is less than 500, so what action be taken? Traveller will get 500 miles of credit. So that's how you go about in when you are given a situation, in identifying the condition and action. Next, it says here, if the leg was exactly or more than 500. Earlier is if the leg was less than 500. Now, if the leg was equal 500 or more, yeah, then the trip was made. So another, with this condition, plus another condition which says that the trip was made on Saturday, the actual mileage would be multiplied by 2. So that is the action. If the trip was made on Tuesday, the multiplication factor is 1.5. If this is the 9th leg traveled during the calendar month, the mileage is doubled no matter what day. And if your 7th leg traveled, the mileage is triple. So by once you have identified, we have identified several of them. So this would be the decision tree produced. Okay, so mileage for leg less 500, so say credit 500 miles. Greater equal 500, and then next condition, it is on Saturday. Is it on Saturday? If it's yes, double the mileage. If it's no, we ask for another question, another condition. Is it a Tuesday trip? Yes, no. If yes, it's 1.5 times. If no, if it's not a Tuesday trip, we check for another condition. Yeah. Is it a 9th leg in the month? If yes, double the mileage. If no, it's a 17th leg, yeah, and so on. So then So you can see that this the problem here, it has several the condition, yeah. The decision making is more complex. It has so many conditions, so many actions to be taken depending on the sequence of conditions. Okay, so this next slide is actually showing another second solution to the same problem given just now. Yeah. Um, okay, so now it's your time to try out. Yeah, so checkpoint 3 requires you to produce a decision tree based on the problem that have been the same problem that have been given in the decision table. Okay, so the problem is about related to Encik Amir's office reimbursement policies. So why don't you try it out, yeah, and see how a decision tree can be developed, yeah, can be produced based on the same problem. Right. So, we have seen several three different method of presenting process specification: structured English, decision tree, and decision table. So basically, yeah, from what I have mentioned, yeah, in the videos, in the previous and this particular video, we can make some um, conclusion in terms of when to use what. Okay, so for structured English, yeah, as said, it is well suited to model process with many sequential steps and relatively simple control logic. However, it is not suitable to describe complex decision logic or few or no sequential processing step. So this technique is complementary with DFD to design a mini-spec for certain process element of DFD. A decision tree and table is used to summarize complex decision logic more concisely than structured English. Yeah, it is easier to describe the branch logic by using decision tree rather than decision table. Yeah, once again, these techniques are complementary with your DFD. Yeah, when you have when importantly used to design a mini spec for certain process element of DFD. Okay, so in this table it presents a summary. Yeah, when to use. Structured English when you have many repetition, action, and when communication to end users is important. So advantages can useful when many actions are repeated and when communicating with others is also important. As for decision table, when you have complex combination of actions and rules are found, and you require a method that effectively avoid impossible situations, redundancies, and contradiction. Advantages: it provides complete analysis of complex situation while limiting the need for change attributable to impossible situation, redundancies, and contradiction. While the third decision, the third method, decision tree, when the sequence of conditions and actions is critical, and when not every condition is relevant to every action. By then you produce various different branches. So it's important when proper sequencing of these conditions and action is critical. So I would say between the difference between whether to use decision tables and decision tree, if proper the decision is based on it's very important to follow the sequence, a proper sequence of conditions and actions, then use decision tree. Yeah. Decision table can be used, yeah, especially when there are no proper sequences of this condition. Yeah, you can, meaning that you don't need to start with one specific condition. Yeah, before you move, you combine with the next, the second, the third condition. So if you have this situation, use decision tree. Otherwise, you may use decision tables. Okay. So this is your consider this as your homework. Yeah, for checkpoint 4. Yeah, this particular question in this checkpoint 4 is taken from a final exam for session 2016-2017. Question related to process specification. So you are required to produce process specification. Where if say, okay, the question A is you are to construct and optimize decision tree, yeah, to demonstrate the logic conditions and action sequence of process flow in calculating the total payment. Okay, so this is an example of a process specification question when asked in exams. Okay, so try it out, okay, and check your answer with your lecturer. Thank you very much.